Buongiorno, Jono from Vetta Cycling here. So today's ride is about just final prep for Dirty Reaver in a couple of weeks, and I'm testing this super cool new Gravelback suit, gravel camelback suit. And I just wanted to talk about a little bit about the Passare Aggro wheels today in depth, but also talk to you about this cool suit. I'm on the canal, on my way down to Cannock as ever, which I love. I love Cannock. The trails are running dry at the minute, which is ace. And I wanted to talk about the Passare Aggro and how I've been getting on with them and why we brought them to market and what they are. The Aggro is about getting aggressive and going fast on any surface, mixed terrain, road, dirt, canal towpath. And the reason that I absolutely love them is because that's my bread and butter of riding. I love racing, I love going as fast as I possibly can. Let's talk about the rim. So the rim is a 26mm internal width and a 32mm external width. And although I've been testing some wider rims recently, I just don't think the industry's ready for them yet with frame compatibility and things like that, because when you get those big rims, the tyres ordinarily blow up bigger and all these sorts of things. And for me, in the UK, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, but in the UK, you're either gravel riding, road riding or mountain biking. And the 40mm tyre for the gravel ride in the green lanes that we encounter is, I think, sweet spot at the minute. Yeah, I think it may go bigger potentially, but certainly at the minute we're at about sweet spot for 40mm. The rim profile I just described, 26 inner, 32 outer, just matches up to that 40mm tyre that I've just described just perfectly, and it's fast, I think, super fast. Moving on to the spokes, we've gone with Pillar Wing 20, the same as the Licios, because they're going to take the bangs, honestly. You can XC ride on them, they're strong enough, and we've gone for them because they're light and they're aero. And we've matched that with an aero internal nipple. We know internal nipples are more aero. And honestly, anecdotally, and from what I've experienced, I think they build a stronger wheel. I think they build a more robust wheel, to be honest with you. Although there is concerns around serviceability. So that's why, if you want that, you're going to head to the Adventure, which we'll be talking about fairly soon in a video coming up. Let's move on to the hubs. So the hubs are what we call our Passare hubs. They're built around the same ratchet system as the Licio hubs. With this one, we've gone with a 45 tooth ratchet because it's enough points of engagement, but it's enough solid points of engagement I find when I'm riding the 45 tooth ratchet. It gives you enough, but it gives you enough solid points. The shells are the same CNC polished silver alloy as the Licios, but there's just a bit more shell there, a little bit more robust for those more aggressive gravel rides. But they are the same hubs as we've got on the Adventure as well, so they're a really good hub. They're purpose built for gravel, they're purpose built to take those knocks. The overall package for these, although it's ever so slightly heavier than the Adventure, interestingly, and the Adventure have got brass nipples and slightly heavier spokes, so the lesser amount of carbon on the Adventures is the reason. However, these do weigh in at around 1350 grams approximately, give or take, obviously. So that is a super light racing wheel set. and you get the aerodynamic but agile depth of 45mm on the Aggros. I just find 45mm is perfect for that aggressive gravel ride, and it's not too deep, but it's deep enough to have some seriously aero benefits. Quick interlude from the Passare Aggro to just give a little talk about this skin suit. So, camelback pouch on the back with straw holding device, or loops I suppose, device. And then cheeky cargo pockets. I don't know if you can see, I've got a flapjack and a pain au chocolat in there. I tell you, there's nothing more Euro than a canal and a pain au chocolat. Just a little piece on the serviceability of the hubs. The hubs are super serviceable, to the point where I was testing a ratchet a few months ago, or well, quite a little bit ago now, and the ratchet just wasn't right. It was too, there was too much on it, too many points of engagement, and it failed on me. I managed on the trail, because I had a spare ratchet with me, a 45 tooth ratchet. I managed to pull the cassette off, didn't even need to take it off, just pulled it off, pulled the free hub off with the cassette on, popped in the 45 tooth ratchet that I had with me, took out the ratchet that failed, and cracked on with my ride. These things happen, you know, these things do happen. That was ultimately one of the reasons we didn't go with that ratchet I was working on there, and why we stuck with the 45. They do happen, but having that serviceability and that real simple, I haven't got to take it to a bike shop, I can just do it there and then, super simple, for me is massive. Yeah, really massive. So that was one of the reasons we've gone with them, really. I've stopped just by Takaroo campground, and if anybody knows Cannock Chase, you know it's kind of like the heart, really. So I wanted to just talk about the final thoughts on the Passare Aggro. So I've given you the specs, but I want to talk about the ride. The ride, in my opinion, of these is amazing. Direct, sharp, comes from that ratchet system in the hub, just giving you those 45 really solid points of engagement, like I mentioned earlier. The rim width for me on this sort of bike, and on what most people are riding in the UK at the minute with kind of 40-45C tyres, is amazing. I think the future might lean towards people going the Dylan Johnson route on mountain bike tyres, but I don't think frames have caught up yet, potentially, and whether people will or not is still up for debate. Personally, I think that 26mm internal, 32 external just gives kind of perfect combination of everything. You can do mixed terrain riding on these, fast mixed terrain riding on these, fast dirt riding. Picked up a com on Strava last night, cheeky, and that was totally off-road as well. So, and I put it totally down to the wheels, not the legs, totally down to the wheels. And like I say, for aggressive, fast gravel riding, these are the ones. We'll talk about the adventures in videos coming up, and yeah, we've brought them to market now, so hit me up if you want to hear about more details about them, ask any questions about the wheels, and if you want to buy them, head over to our website and yeah, pick yourself up a set.